Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today, First Impressions Day. It's the first impressions of a pen in a bag. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. So I've already opened the envelope. I've actually cleaned out the pen already in preparation for the video. Here we've got the pen. It's in this little bag. This was sliced open when I got it, so that's not something I've done. And if I open this up, take it out, we've got this gorgeous black and gold pen. This is a Jinhao x850. First time I've had one of these, so going to be interesting to see how we go with it. Let's start though by walking through the body. So we've got more or less a torpedo shaped pen. Starting at the cap, we've got this dome. It's coming down to we've got this gold coloured ring, and attached to that we've got the clip. The clip, nice shape. I like this little lozenge there. We're coming down, and then the clip itself, very, very stiff. Can't get that. I can only just get to move. So that's something I might try and loosen that a little bit when I start using it. Looking at the cap, what we're doing is we're tapering out till we get nearly to the bottom of the clip. I would say we're about 3/4 of the way down the cap now. Then it straightens off. We've got this gold band. There we've got Jinhao, then x850. I'm saying gold, it's not. It's like a brassy colour. We've got a little bit more of the black material, and that's tapering down. And then we've got a hardly noticeable drop off down to the body. With the body, could just be a trick of the light. It actually looks like it's bulging out ever so slightly. I don't think it is. I think it's down to the way the light is with my eyes. So we're going straight down, get again about 3/4 of the way down, and it starts to taper in. We've got this other gold brassy coloured ring, and then we've got a domed end. Nice classic looking pen you could use anywhere. We'll take the cap off, so we'll go, there's half, 1, 1.5, about 1 3/4 turns. We'll start with the section. So the section, we've got like a concaveness to it, and we've got ridges here, so it's actually going to guide your fingers down. Take it off further, then we can see there the nib. So standard Jinhao nib on here. There we go. Gold, mainly gold coloured with that nice little silver relief, really fetches it out. This section, I know we had a quick look at it, but it looks quite small. But I say, I'm not using this at the moment. Putting my fingers there doesn't feel too bad. Feels like I'm a bit too far up because I normally hold my sections down near the bottom. Trying to hold it down near the bottom, that doesn't feel comfy. So this might be one where it's going to train me to hold it further up. Unposted, it is quite a nice length. Will it post? Yeah, it posts. Adds a little bit of weight, but not noticeably so. Let's take off the body. So we go around, and in here we've got the Jinhao converter. As I say, I've already cleaned this out. There was blue ink in the section, so hopefully that means that they've tested the nib. Converter just pulls out, really nice, slots back in. Little tiny touch, we've got an O-ring down here near the bottom. So when I'm putting the cap on, once I get down near the O-ring, you can feel it start to tighten and it softens. So that's hopefully going to mean I can't over tighten this. As I've already said, nice classic looking pen. Let's do some size comparisons. I brought in my two standards, so we've got a Pilot Metropolitan and a Lamy Safari. Jinhao x850 ever so slightly by maybe 6 or 7 millimeters longer than both of them. Let's take the caps off. With the caps off, the x850 about the same length as the Pilot Metropolitan, but definitely a wider, a girthier pen. The Lamy Safari slightly longer now. The nibs, if we're looking at the nibs, so this is where we've got the difference. We've got a tiny number 5 nib there on the Metropolitan. We've got that Lamy Safari nib. Then we've got the Jinhao x850 with what I believe is a number 6 size nib. We'll swap on over now, and we're going to pop some ink into the pen. First thing we fetch in, the ink pot holder. Here we go, just a wooden block. It's actually designed to hold a dip pen here as well, which is quite handy. The ink I'm going to use is by Pure Pens and it's Celtic Sea. Here we go. I'm on a little bit of a turquoise kick at the moment. So this is nice turquoisey blue, or nice pale blue. Let's take the cap off. Pop that in the holder. We'll fetch that in so we can see what's going on. So, Jinhao x850. Let's take it apart. There we go. I've already got the plunger down near the bottom. I know this is not an exciting thing. You can't really see much. I'll try and angle this and hopefully we can get so you can see the converter. And let's twist this up and draw up that ink. So this is on the first pass. Already got there. And look at that. It's such a nice, big, generous fill. Just going to clean off, pop the pen back together, and I'll get this ink out of the way. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Time now for the writing sample. I've brought in the notepad of testing. This is a black and red A5 notebook. It's got Oxford optic paper. Very nice fountain pen friendly paper. Here we've got the pen. Time to do some writing. So we've got a Jinhao x850. The nib on this is a medium. The cost, it's a whopping cost, 13 Aussie dollars. The ink, so Pure Pens, and it's Celtic Sea. Can't spell today. Let's try that again. I don't know, I should be fired. Pure Pens Celtic Sea. Got it right on the second go. Drying times, so we go immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. Still smudging quite a bit there at 1 minute. Let's go belt and braces. On the line below, I'm going to do a 2-minute test. Yeah, now after 2 minutes, that's quite dry. Yeah, now after 2 minutes, that's nice and dry. Let's look at any line variation. So here's with no pressure. I'm going to add some pressure. So we are getting a wider line. There is a little bit of give in the nib. It's not meant to be used as a flex nib. It's not a flex nib. But yeah, a little tiny bit of pressure will give you something. So there's none, with, none, with, none, and with. I do like to be able to see some line variation in my writing. Going to move the mic down to the page so you can hear the pen write. That's quite nice, quite enjoyable. Teeniest amount of feedback, not a lot. A little bit of audible feedback. The nib, got that little bit of give in it. It still feels quite stiff, but it's a fairly new nib. And I do find that over a couple of months of usage, the nibs do seem to soften a little bit for me. But yeah, quite pleasant, quite nice. Final test. How will it go with the flow test? Actually feels nicer when I'm going the reverse direction than when I'm going the forward direction on that. It did feel a lot smoother. So what are my thoughts on this pen? It's a nice classic looking pen. It's a nice shaped pen. Be interesting to see what it looks like compared to an x850. That's something I'll look at doing in a later video. But very nice, a pen I could quite happily take to any meeting. Writing experience, quite enjoyed it, very nice. Little tiny bit of feedback. Personally, I would have preferred a little bit more feedback, but that's just a very personal thing. This ink, get loads of shading coming through, quite a nice ink. Nice thing about black pens, you can use any ink in it without having to worry about colour matching. But yeah, it's enjoyable, and for $13, I think it's well worth the money. So these are my first impressions of the Jinhao x850 and Pure Pens Celtic Sea. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Have you got an x850? What are your thoughts on it? Are you planning to get one? Please drop a comment down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.